Hello, my beautiful people, Sanbonani. I hope you're well wherever you are. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome as well. Thank you for joining me. And on today's video, let's talk, real talk. I just wanted to come in here and share my reflections on solo traveling. I think I've been solo traveling since I came to Denmark. I can say that. I was 21, just before I turned 21, and I was traveling alone for the very first time. And I think I remember the feeling of having freedom to show my passport, walking through the airport, and just feeling anonymous and at the same time still very aware that this was happening. And I remember boarding on a plane for the first time. Everything was just new. And I just remember that feeling of feeling free and flying and arriving. I love arriving at airports in a new space. And I just remember exactly as if it was yesterday when I came to Denmark, the first time. Everything was just, I was in wonder. And I think I have been able to maintain and keep that feeling with me because even though I've been here for over 25 years, I have actually been solo traveling and then traveling with my family, but I actually started reconnected with solo traveling when I was going through my divorce. I just knew that I needed to be somewhere else, somewhere different, somewhere where I was anonymous, somewhere the culture is different, the language is different. I could just sit and immerse myself. One of the beautiful things I love doing that doesn't cost anything when I'm traveling is running, to explore the city, but also to people watch. I remember buying a ticket to Florence because I have a soft love for Italy. I don't know why. Maybe because the temperament in the language reminds me of my mother tongue Zulu. There's so many expressions, like they use their body when they speak, and they speak. They're loud when they speak, and I think I'm drawn to that. I went to Florence alone for 3 nights. And it wasn't as scary because it's 1.5 hour by flight from Copenhagen, so it didn't feel like a scary experience as compared to if, let's say, I was going to Mexico for the first time as a solo traveler. And I think I was in my late 30s when I realized that I wanted to get a divorce, and I feel like I needed to travel to get clarity, to be by myself, alone, and just to eat, sleep, and just explore and journal and just be amazed in whatever, and just immerse myself in whatever that was happening, because I could just feel I was shedding some old parts of me, and this new person was waiting to re-emerge again that has been hidden for many years. And it was such a beautiful experience. I have a very fond memories of Italy. I've been to Florence twice. I've been to Venice with my daughter, and there was also a beautiful experience. I've been to Rome, and I still want to explore more of Italy because I've also been interested in learning the language, and I also had a friend who was Italian, was from north of Italy. So I think getting to know him as well really made me become more curious about the Italian culture, the food, the language, and just the country as its own. And I also think I find that Italians are very stylish, and they sort of remind me of where I come from. People are very stylish where I come from, and people are not afraid to dress up for any occasion, even just going to buy bread. So there's just so many similarities, even though culturally we're completely different. But what happened is that I then got divorced and moved, and I think I was just on survival mode. At the time where I was supposed to be continued traveling, I stopped because I just needed to. I think I needed to stabilize myself because everything has been removed under my feet, and I was trying to create a new foundation for myself and my kids. So I didn't travel that much, and that's the time where I had money actually, but the energy was not there. I was on survival mode. But later on, when I suffered a burnout, I started thinking, hey, this is the best time to travel. Let me explore some parts of Europe. and I can combine it with my birthday. So now I've made it a tradition that each time each time I have a birthday, which is in October, in 1.5 months coming soon, I make sure that I book a trip and travel. Whether it's far, whether it's close, whether I just need to be away, you know. And it's a way of honoring my mom, because she grew up under apartheid and she never really lived long to be able to see me, you know, become the person that I am, the woman that I am. And I think she would have had an opportunity to travel and see the world and just, so I feel like each time I travel, I honor her. And she also had a birthday in October. So I feel like it's a combination of honoring her and honoring myself, and the fact that I have been given this privilege as someone who grew up under apartheid to be able to travel, to have a passport, you know, that freedom, and to exercise that freedom. It's almost like, you know, when you can have a right to vote, that it's not everyone who's given that, who has that that privilege and freedom. So yeah, I travel every year. So I've been to Budapest, completely new place. I never thought I would go there, but it was affordable. It was a new place, and I was just like, why not? And it wasn't that far. Been to Budapest, loved it. I mean, if I had to go back again, I would stay in another area. And I did morning runs there to explore the city, but I never did the, you know, the touristy stuff like doing the thermal baths, because I don't know. I love to go off road. You know, when everyone else is going the same route, I love to do my own thing. So it was a beautiful experience, but I did not take the touristy stuff. I probably did some sites that were touristy, but the touristy activities I just tried to avoid. And then I went to Prague again for my birthday. That was also beautiful, but I found that Prague was, as a Black woman, I did not feel represented, and that made me feel unsafe. But it's not that I was threatened or anything. I just knew that should anything happen, and I would definitely go back maybe. And again, it was a 3 night. I usually take like 3 nights. And then I went to Barcelona. I loved Barcelona. And I stayed there for 3 months, for 3 days. And this was the year before. And the weather was beautiful, was gorgeous. And then last year, I went to Iceland. It was a completely different take on traveling, because I'm always looking for, you know, something that's within, you know, the European, but Iceland was just, it's its own. Iceland is beautiful. And the beautiful thing is that I have a friend of a friend who's South African, who's married to an Icelandic person. So that became like a family visit. But I stayed on my own, a hotel/Airbnb, and I took all the different tours that you can take to experience nature. I would have loved to stay longer in Iceland. Honestly, it was just so beautiful. You know, as a South African, we're not new to nature and the wonder of nature and the beauty of nature and how different it can be. You know, from Cape Town to KZN to Port Elizabeth to Joburg. We're used to that, you know, it can, but Iceland was just something else. And I would have loved to go there and, you know, and rent a car, but I did do the touristy stuff, the activity. One of them was to go to, it was in the Sky Lagoon, but one of those, you know, where you go and bath and then massage, and that was a beautiful day. But it didn't last long because the weather was terrible, so they had to, you know, stop everything because it almost became dangerous. And I guess it's synonymous with Icelandic weather, that it changes from 1 minute to another. And that has been the highlight of my traveling on my birthdays. And this year, where am I going to? I don't know. I was talking to a friend this past Saturday, and she asked me, so where are you going to for your birthday? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll just go to Stockholm. You know, because I'm money-wise, I need to save and all that. It's like, no, man, don't go to Stockholm. You need to go where the sun. I was like, I hear you, and I hear what you're saying. So right now, I actually don't know where I'm going, but I know that I am going to celebrate my birthday with my family first, and then travel. Where normally I just disappear on my birthday. On the very day, I make sure that I'm in the airport and traveling. And one of my friends said, you do know that we would love to have you and celebrate you on your birthday. So when you travel on the very day you're born, you don't give us a chance to be with you and celebrate you and just let you know how much we appreciate you. So maybe try this year to book whatever trip, maybe a day or 2 days after your birthday. So that I'm taking that in, and I'm still like trying to see where can I go. And yeah, solo traveling for me is freedom. Solo traveling is a privilege. Solo traveling is about being comfortable with my own company. Solo traveling is being uncomfortable, but also figuring out how do I make the best of the situation. Solo traveling is about exploring. Solo traveling for me is about sitting and people watching. Solo traveling is about getting to explore the city and run. And I think I'm a cultural traveler. I'm a culture / foodie traveler because I love to experience the culture, and I also love to explore, food. I'm not so much into, spas and all that. I mean, once in a while I can do that, but that's not. I like to get connected to people, and if I can connect to a local, even better. So yeah, I feel like that's where my trips are the most memorable. And I did that in Budapest, and I did that in Prague, and I didn't do that in Barcelona, but I did that in Iceland. So yeah, where to? Do you like solo traveling? And at the age where I feel like it's now or never, right? It's now or never. So I hope that you also know that if you are in your late 40s, early 50s, it's now. It's really now. It's just about prioritizing, making the time, saving the money. And it doesn't even have to be like Tracy Ellis Ross said, it doesn't have to be far away. It can just be a staycation, outside of your city. It can be you booking yourself into a hotel and just having that experience. So solo traveling is a lot of things, but it's a restoration, especially for women. It's the restoration to your soul, to who you are, to feeling and listening to your needs as what you need, because you are by yourself and you are there to take care of those needs. Whereas as a mother, if you're a mother, you're always taking care of other people. So yeah, that was my reflection on solo traveling. So I'm going to be sharing on the vlog here. You can see some of the places that I went to, and you can comment and let me know where you have been. And do you do solo traveling, or do you do group traveling, or do you do girlfriend traveling or partner traveling? What kind of a traveler are you? I enjoy traveling alone. At this age, I enjoy traveling alone. I don't need to stick to anyone's schedule. I don't need to wake up anyone's time. If I need to wake up at 6 and go for a run while the city is still sleeping, I don't need to consult with anyone. I just go, come back, take a nap, take a shower, eat breakfast, then go and explore, and if I feel like I'm tired, go back to the hotel at B&B, take another nap, rest, recharge, go back again and be out until late. Like, I think I enjoy traveling alone, but it doesn't mean that I'm not open to traveling with other people, right? Yeah. So, are you a solo traveler? Are you a group traveler? Are you a buddy traveler? And do you enjoy solo traveling? And where have you been if you've solo traveled? This vlog is special and very personal to my heart. Maybe because I rediscovered solo traveling after my burnout, after I had lost my job, and after spending 1 year of recovering and relearning how to rest. My self-confidence was beaten. I was completely down. I was experiencing anxiety in terms of traveling. I had trusted my own intuition and my abilities to be able to do stuff alone, because I suffered from migraines, anxiety, and just self-doubt. And that came after my divorce. And rediscovering traveling has been a huge thing, a confidence boost. And my first trip was going to Budapest, and then the next one was Prague. And I know that it's in Europe, but it was also a way of gaining confidence in traveling somewhere not far away from where I live in Copenhagen, and something that I could master, because a trip to South Africa or Mexico would have been overwhelming. And later on, I traveled to Portugal And already there, I was gaining my confidence and just the desire to explore and to, just to be alone, and was actually okay with that. And like I said in the beginning, that I love to combine culture and movement in my traveling. So I always make sure I explore the city by foot and also by running in the morning. And in Portugal, I actually went to run a half marathon. And I also connected with some Essex Front runners because I was still an Essex Front runner ambassador. And even though I was still feeling unsure of myself, but I was much better than when I started on my first trip to Budapest. And last year, 2 years ago, when I went to Spain, Barcelona, I could feel that I was confident. I was enjoying myself. And like I said, I always travel around my birthday in October. And Barcelona was just what I needed in terms of the building of self-confidence and cementing it. And the sun, it was sunning. And one thing about solo traveling, it teaches you to be in your own company, it teaches you to ask a complete stranger for a picture. It teaches you to be comfortable going to dinner alone. It teaches you to sit in your own company in your hotel room or your Airbnb. It teaches you not to wait for anyone to explore the city, but just to get out and get lost. It teaches you to be open to meeting people when you're sitting at a cafe. When I was in Iceland, I sat next to a woman who was from Boston, and she was sitting by herself, and I struck a conversation, and it was just so beautiful to discover that she was also traveling alone. It teaches you to dare to be adventurous, to do things. And what I learned with Iceland was that I was actually not just a culture traveler, but I'm also a culture active movement traveler. I love to be active, and that's why experiencing nature and doing the hikes and doing the tours where I could come very close to nature was such a beautiful experience. And like I said in the beginning, Iceland was just different. It was different in nature. It was different in what it offered. It was different in the challenges. And I'm usually not a girl who's very practical when I travel in terms of packing a raincoat, some practical boots and all that. But I actually embraced that look and wanted to make sure that throughout the trip I stayed dry. So I had my backpack, my boots, and I actually felt that I looked and felt cool. And I also combined it with running in between the hikes and the tours. Traveling teaches you to figure out how you're going to celebrate yourself instead of waiting for someone else to join you for the celebration. And I will continue to explore solo traveling as I venture into my 49th year birthday the coming month in October, and look forward to discovering what this activity or this privilege can offer me. I also enjoy traveling with people. Last year I actually did a lot of traveling. I went to Mexico to perform. I went to San Sebastian to run a half marathon with my son. It was a beautiful trip. I also went to Washington DC to visit a friend. So I actually do enjoy traveling, and I feel like I've also, yes, and then I went to Iceland, and we'll see where this year leads to. I just want to say that this is the most dangerous beach in Iceland. It's called the Black Sand Beach, and it was so beautiful. It was just, I've never seen anything like this. And the weather is very temperamental and very moody. But the contrasts, yes, the contrast of the beach and the water and the black sand and the black stones just created such beauty. I honestly need to go back to Iceland and explore. And I think the next time I'll be ready in my very fancy hiking gear, and just maybe travel with a friend and drive around and explore. What are parts of your traveling that have been more adventurous, and what parts of your traveling that have been learning experiences, and what are traveling experiences that have been aha moments, and what are traveling experiences that have made you to reconnect with yourself and love and embrace your own company? I would love to hear what you think. And so this was just a little snippet of some of the solo travels that I have done, and I plan to continue exploring and just being this person who remains curious and ready to explore and learn and discover. I hope you enjoyed.